Hello, I am Heath Radford with Center Stage Theater, and I'm here with Pedro Ramirez, who is playing Patrick in SpongeBob the Musical. Good to see you, Pedro.
It's good to see you.
So tell me a little bit about Patrick.
Well, ever since I was little, I've always loved Patrick because you got to love the comic relief of any story. At least that's my favorite character in any story. And plus, growing up and seeing Patrick, sometimes I just look at the TV and I'd be like, you know what? He kind of reminds me of me. But he's like a character that I've really connected with over the years.
Excellent. So tell me just a little bit about him. So what, for those who maybe aren't as knowledgeable about SpongeBob?
Well, Patrick, he's not the sharpest crayon in the box, but where he lacks in brain, he makes up for in heart.
Exactly.
Because he's always there for his friends, and sometimes people have a little bit of a hard time taking him seriously, even though he is someone that can be considered, a contender in most things.
Yes, he is very much the heart of gold, incurable optimist in the show as well. And so with playing Patrick, how has this been for you bringing him to life? Because I know you spoke a little bit about him being your favorite.
Well, I watched the show growing up. Like, SpongeBob was the thing for me. Right next to all the other shows from in the early 2000s. But then I found out about the SpongeBob musical, and I had followed it since its previews in Chicago. And I fell in love again with the Patrick character in that show because it was a different take, but with the same spirit.
Wow. So
ever since 2017, I've always tried to keep in my head, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to be Patrick.
Yes. So this really is like a full circle moment for you.
It really is. It all comes full circle.
Yes. I love that so much. And like you said, this show like the back of your hands. I mean, even at rehearsals, we've seen you just come alive with this character. So for you in SpongeBob the Musical, because you've studied this so long, what do you think is your favorite part in the show? Or is there a favorite musical number that kind of speaks out to you?
Well, all the musical numbers in this show are fantastic. But if I had to say, Bikini Bottom Day is probably one of the greatest openings I've ever seen to a Broadway show because it does its job at introducing all the characters in one go and then showing just the vibrancy of what Bikini Bottom is like on a regular day. Then probably Simple Sponge. I love Simple Sponge because it's SpongeBob trying to fight his inner demons and coming to the conclusion he can do it.
Exactly. He's more than just a simple sponge. He is somebody who has, such a big worth and stuff. Yes, I agree. I will say I love your number personally as well, the gospel number we're doing of Super C Star Savior, which is absolutely fantastic. And you've definitely made him larger than life. So, with all these elements of the show, and again, you've studied this show for how long, and even at rehearsals, what would you like audiences to take away from SpongeBob the Musical?
Well, I'd like to think that it's kind of a combination of a bunch of things. Like, if you feel like you're the small one and that what you do doesn't matter in the everyday, you got to know that there is a place for you. It might not be something that everyone notices at first, but people will notice it. And probably the other thing that this musical will show you is the same thing that the 2004 movie showed you, that it's okay to let your inner child come out at least once in a while. Just don't forget responsibility.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I feel like that is so, that just encompasses the musical right there. And you can tell, again, that you have just put so much thought and so much work into this. And I will say personally, directing you wise, you have been absolutely fabulous bringing this character to life. So for you, exactly. So how does this feel for you, especially just bringing, this is almost like a goal for you. How does this feel kind of being Patrick and being in the show?
Magic.
Absolutely magic. I
Absolutely
love
magic.
that so much. Yes. So again, you do not want to miss this magical experience of seeing Pedro Ramirez as Patrick Star in SpongeBob the Musical. The show is going to be September 27th through 29th at the Paramount Theater. You can get your tickets at goldsboroparamount.com, or you can call the box office, and you'll get to see this fun and amazing show like Pedro has spoke about that has so many themes that we really can connect with. And again, it's fantastic. And Pedro, thank you so much for coming today, and come and bring the whole family out. We look forward to seeing you there.